sailed here with Columbus in 1492, you'd know this flourishing isle as Juana. Today you call it by the Indian name, Cuba, and the capital city, Havana. Against this colorful backdrop, you will hear a new chapter in a remarkable story, how the people of this land are overcoming the slow tempo of the tropics. At their beginning, the practical Cubanos built the wondrous Morro Castle to ward off pirates who cruised the Spanish Main. Following the modern Malecon Drive around the ancient city, you see the story of these people develop from the days of Ponce de Leon and Cortez, from the time of the first Mass said here in 1517. Also at the old wall that kept out Sir Francis Drake and the Buccaneers, you get another picture of these people who gave birth to the New World. This is the Christopher Columbus Cathedral, where the remains of the great discoverer rested for more than 100 years. On landing here at what he thought was China, Columbus wrote back to the king, "Never before have human eyes seen such a beautiful country." Now you can see that the old city of Havana, with its traditional Spanish influence, contrasts the 20th century with the early 16th, when the habaneros believed in narrow streets that required a minimum of steps. Habanero is a devotee of the lottery, in which the lucky numbers pay off $100,000 a week. In the new city of Havana, you see evidence of an ingenious talent in architecture. This modernistic structure is the largest apartment building in the world. If you stop at the fine hotels of Veradero, you see how the people have made their city the Paris of the Caribbean, the gayest city of the West Indies. With its beach of soft white sand that looks like powdered silver, it's a meeting place of a fashionable cosmopolitan world. Given the tropics a new tempo, a blood-stirring Latin rhythm which sets the feet to dancing and the heart to pounding. Here is the real backbone of the country, the great seas of flowing sugarcane, still harvested by machetes and loaded by hand on primitive ox carts. Crossing the weighing apparatus, the cut cane heads for the nation's rum distilleries and sugar refineries. The refinery plays an almost human role in Cuban life and is usually named after dear ones. Sounds funny, but you might know this industrial layout as Dolores. Hundreds of these roaring plants fill the sugar bowls of the world. Hour after hour, day after day, a conveyor dumps the cane into the maws of the rollers, which peel it, cut it, crush it, and squeeze out its sweet juice. The percentage of sugar is tested. After the syrup is whirled vigorously, the molasses, known as mother liquor, is forced out through a screen, leaving yellowish crystals. But they keep refining it again and again, for sugar is king. Mostly, you'll be amazed at the widespread building boom. Probably no city anywhere is experiencing more construction activity. This monument will be finished with a colorful marble mosaic as a memorial to the father of Cuba, Jose Marti. A vast new stadium for the city of sports, Havana, because they say there are no greater sports fans on earth than the Cubans. A lottery building from whence proceeds go to welfare. Housing developments rise overnight. Improvements are everywhere. High in the mountains is one of the world's enormous new sanatoriums for tuberculosis. More progress in this capital of the Cuban government, which has recently inspired the people to ambitious projects. This is one of democracy's proudest capitals, where freedom has been a tradition since the New World was born. In honor of the new Cuba, the nation celebrates on the 4th of September. In 1933, on this day, a force of enlisted men followed Fulgencio Batista, an army sergeant, in liberating the government. In tribute to Batista, this statue is presented by his fellow soldiers and sailors. President for the first time in 1940, Batista regained the presidency in 1952. Now you can see the future of the nation. Here where the modern movement schools the orphans of the country in everything from the cultures of Spanish nobility to the fast pace of modern life. Like the Americanos, baseball is their national pastime. From Columbus to the citizens of the world ahead, you've heard the talk of the tropics, the story of a tropical people instilled with the tempo of tomorrow. A new kind of fiesta in the land of the siesta.